So deposit dates for the next round of stimulus checks have finally been announced, and some people will receive a larger stimulus payment than usual. That is due to new changes that were just approved by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. So everybody, car owners could get up to $400 in stimulus checks to help offset rising gasoline prices under a new proposal by California Governor Gavin Newsom. The governor announced an $11 billion relief program as the Golden State's gas prices soar above $6 per gallon due to partly the world crisis. And as part of the tax relief program, $9 billion will be distributed to California residents in the form of tax refunds of $400 for each vehicle that they own. Another $2 billion will go to broader relief, including a $750 million grant for public transit agencies to provide free transit for 3 months. Up to $600 million will be used to pause a part of sales tax for diesel and for 1 year. Now, the state legislature must approve the proposal before any payments are made to Californians. If approved, the state's residents could receive a stimulus check starting in July. The state has issued more than $8 million checks, and then more than 8 million checks and deposits valued at $5.9 billion to California residents through Golden State stimulus payments. The governor has allocated billions of dollars in direct relief to Californians over the past 2 years, including $12 billion in direct checks through the Golden State stimulus, a $5.2 billion in rent relief, and $2 billion in utility relief. Since 2019, the administration and legislature have added significant expansions of the Earned Income Tax Credit, including expanding the credit to taxpayers and adding the Young Child Tax Credit. In a statement, everybody, Governor Gavin Newsom said, "We're taking immediate action to get money directly to the pockets of Californians who are facing higher gas prices as a direct result of the crisis." Now, this package is also focused on protecting people from volatile gas prices and advancing clean transportation, providing 3 months of free public transportation and fast-tracking electric vehicle incentives. At a time when Americans are paying more for gas and ground and food, tax refunds will provide much needed cash relief for so many people and so many families. It's definitely a great idea for President Biden to do this and send out stimulus checks to the people that need the help the most.
In Nevada, places like Betty's Village, which is an inclusive residential housing community for people of diverse abilities, was opened by Opportunity Village at the height of the pandemic. And I fought for the ability for nonprofits to qualify for that PPP loans during the pandemic. And because of that, my office was able to help them secure that loan and help provide housing and community for people of diverse abilities. By passing the Universal Giving Pandemic Response and Recovery Act, we can ensure nonprofits like Betty's Village can sustain the critical services they provide beyond the pandemic. So thank you again to our bipartisan partners in the Finance Committee, Senators Lankford, Scott, Brown, Hassan, and Stabenow, for working on this important legislation. Let me start with Ms. Morgan. I so appreciate what you do. I am a big supporter of our Northern Nevada Food Bank in Reno and 3 Square and all of the food pantries across the country. So thank you for your commitment there. I also know I just recently had a roundtable discussion in Reno and included many of our community leaders, including members of the Northern Nevada Food Bank, to talk about the crisis parents are dealing with.
Suffering from addiction, you should know you're not alone. I believe in recovery, and I celebrate the 23 million Americans in recovery. Second, let's take on mental health, especially among our children whose lives and education have been turned upside down. The American Rescue Plan gave schools money to hire teachers and help students make up for lost learning. I urge every parent to make sure your school does just that. They have the money. We can all play a part. Sign up to be a tutor or a mentor. Children were also struggling before the pandemic: bullying, violence, trauma, and the harms of social media. As Frances Haugen, who is here tonight with us, has shown, we must hold social media platforms accountable